The velociraptor, a name that instantly conjures images of swift, cunning predators, their sickle-shaped claws glinting as they stalk their prey. Thanks to blockbuster films and popular culture, many of us have a vivid, thrilling mental picture of these creatures. But how much of that image is grounded in reality? What do we truly know about the velociraptor, and could such an animal exist in our world as it did millions of years ago? To answer that, we first have to journey back in time, more than 70 million years ago, to the late Cretaceous period. This was an era when dinosaurs dominated the land, and among them was the Velociraptor mongoliensis, a small but formidable predator. Fossil evidence, mostly uncovered in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia, tells us that velociraptors were about the size of a large turkey, measuring roughly 6 to 7 feet in length and weighing around 30 to 40 pounds. They were bipedal, meaning they walked on 2 legs with long, stiff tails for balance and a distinctive retractable claw on each foot, likely used for gripping or slashing at prey. Despite their relatively modest size, velociraptors were built for speed and agility. Their curved, sharp teeth and strong jaws suggest a carnivorous diet, while their lightweight bones and flexible joints allowed for quick, coordinated movements. But perhaps most fascinating is that recent fossil discoveries have revealed evidence of feathered plumage, meaning that, contrary to the scaly reptilian monsters often depicted in movies, actual velociraptors were more bird-like in appearance. So, could a creature like Velociraptor exist today? In some ways, it already does. Birds are direct descendants of small dinosaurs like Velociraptor, sharing skeletal features, nesting behaviors, and even hollow bones. In fact, if you look at modern birds of prey, hawks, eagles, and especially the flightless cassowary, you'll see echoes of the ancient raptor's design. The cassowary, with its powerful legs, sharp claws, and aggressive territorial behavior, is often cited as the closest living analog to a velociraptor. But what about the possibility of bringing a velociraptor back to life? The idea of de-extinction, resurrecting extinct species through genetic engineering, has captured the imagination of scientists and storytellers alike. However, the science is far more challenging than fiction would have us believe. DNA degrades over time, and after millions of years, the genetic material from dinosaur fossils is far too fragmented to reconstruct a living animal. While advances in gene editing and synthetic biology hold promise for future breakthroughs, recreating a true velociraptor is, for now, well beyond our reach. Even if we could overcome the technical hurdles, there are ethical and ecological considerations. Dinosaurs evolved in a world vastly different from our own, with unique plants, climates, and ecosystems. A resurrected velociraptor would face an environment it was never adapted for, and its introduction could disrupt existing wildlife in unpredictable ways. Still, the enduring fascination with velociraptors speaks to something deeper: our desire to connect with the distant past, to imagine what life was like when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Through paleontology, we continue to uncover new details about these remarkable creatures, using fossils, modern technology, and comparative anatomy to piece together their appearance, behavior, and evolution. In the end, the velociraptor as portrayed in movies is a thrilling blend of fact and fantasy. The real animal was a feathered, intelligent predator, not a giant, scaly monster. While it's unlikely that we'll ever see a living velociraptor outside of a museum or a vivid dream, their legacy endures every time a bird takes flight, a reminder that the age of dinosaurs is not as distant as we might think.